No matter who you support, whenever you go abroad anywhere, you will find fans of your team in that country. Doesn't matter how popular your team is, it doesn't matter how many trophies your team's won, it doesn't matter how obscure your team is. They could be playing in League 1 or League 2, but no matter where you go, there'll be at least 2 or 3 fans you may encounter that also support that club. I'm an expat myself, I'm from the UK and I currently live in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, and I've seen a couple of West Ham fans in my 7 years living here. I wanted to see where West Ham fans lived across all 4 corners of the world, and that is the point of today's Over to You. Where do you, West Ham fans, come from? This was the most interesting Over to You I've probably ever done because it was so diverse. I didn't realise where some of these West Ham fan bases actually were. I knew some of the cities just by reading them. Some of them were tourist destinations and some were on the bucket list. But there were some very obscure places. Some of them are going to be mentioned in this video. I did a lot of research into the places. I'm going to tell you a little bit about where some of the fans come from, tell you what's there, shout out to a few West Ham supporter groups, and spread West Ham over land and sea. See where everybody lives and where Hammers cheer from. 2 people said Adelaide, South Australia. Let me kill 2 birds with 1 stone on this. I know Adelaide very well, okay? I've got family that live there. I went over there in December 2017 for Christmas and New Year. It was a huge family Christmas. Family from Canada, the US and the UK all came to Australia for the 25th of December and 2018 celebrations. It was stunning there. Okay, Australia's a really nice country. I'd definitely go back to visit. 100% recommend going there. I went during what is typically Canadian winter, but Australian summer, and it was red hot. I got sunburnt twice as a bit of a downside. I was out in the sun 10 minutes, was stupid enough not to put sunscreen on, and my back turned that colour red. That colour red and all the skin on my back was really tight. Not comfortable. Don't recommend getting sunburnt. Put on some sunscreen, people. When I was there, went to loads of beaches. We went to Glenelg, Brighton. I think there's another one in the city, but I can't remember its name now. Went to Cleland National Park, where there are kangaroos and koalas. I went to Adelaide Zoo with my brother, and it was okay. I went to go and see the Weekend Live in concert at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. I also went to... where else did we go in Adelaide? Went to Rundle Street Mall. Very nice city, very nice country. I'd definitely go back. And now that I know there's an Adelaide West Ham supporters club, why should I not go back? I'm going to have to go. It's located at the Akaba pub. So Akaba pub, if you're watching this, save me a table. Australia, Sydney to be specific. A lot of Australian Hammers already. We've got 3 to start off this video. You guys are getting up dead early in the morning to watch the Hammers play, and even a day before or after the fact. You know, the time difference over there messed with my head, so I don't even know if you're doing it before or after. It was just all crazy, and the jet lag killed me and all that stuff, because Australia's what, like 18 hours behind? We've got an Adelaide clock on the wall to keep track of family time. I'm looking at it right now. I don't know whether it's morning or night there. But anyway, you guys getting up early in the morning to watch these games, I salute you. Sydney Hammers, shout out to you guys. You're located at Cheers Bar on George Street. I'm going to pay you a visit next time in Australia. Didn't get a chance to go to Sydney when I was there. Was from Edmonton, N9 UK, now Edmonton, Canada. So you swapped Edmonton for Edmonton. I swapped Doncaster for Edmonton. You swapped Edmonton for Edmonton. This guy messaged me on Facebook. So Carl, if you're watching this, thank you very much for your message. I, weirdly enough, did see Carl when I was on a bus. I got on it, noticed he was wearing a West Ham hat. I was in my West Ham bobble hat. Was a bit nervous to say anything at the time, but as I was getting off the bus, he noticed me, did the crossed iron sign. So I knew that was him when I saw that message, and thank you for getting in touch with me. You are the second West Ham fan I have had contact with in Edmonton. I must be like the 3rd or 4th in the whole city for all I know so far. But thank you for getting in touch with me, Carl. Greece. Shout out Hellenic Irons. A few West Ham players have played in Greece as well. Arthur Masuaku played for Olympiakos. Zandy Silva's currently playing there. Greek Hammers, shout out to you guys as well. Dublin. I've been to Dublin Airport, but not the city itself. And given how close the UK is to Ireland, and to say I've never been to Ireland, I feel like I've missed out a little bit. I've always been interested to go to the country, and it's very nice, known for its St James's Gate, Guinness, especially going to be buzzing around St Patrick's Day this time of year. Not sure celebrations will go ahead because of COVID, but still won't stop the Irish from celebrating that. Dublin's going to be buzzing for that day, as it always is every single year. So, West Ham do have a supporters group in Dublin at Brannigan's. They do trips to London to watch West Ham, pub quizzes, raffle draws, and game day events. So shout out to Brannigan's in Dublin. Keep supporting West Ham. Your support is appreciated from across the pond. I moved from Essex to the United States and was involved in forming the New York Supporters Club. Then I moved to Venezuela and now I'm in Spain for a while. All the time I find ways to watch West Ham. You're very well travelled then. Moving from Essex to the United States is the start. And to say you set up a supporters club in New York City, kudos to you. The New York Supporters Club is located near the Empire State Building at the Smithfield, and it's on 7th Avenue. So if you're in the Big Apple, go and take a big bite at this place and watch West Ham United. From Kent originally, but have lived in Tyumen, Siberia for 7 years. I had to Google this place because I'd actually never heard of it. It's about 1,300 miles east of Moscow, and it has a population of 600,000 people. It's a major oil booming city. It's got a lot of oil trade links with Kazakhstan. It's big in the oil industry and the drilling, selling, distilling, etc. It's also known for Gagarin Park, and it has a local football team called FC Tyumen. It's also the head of the Tyumen Oblast government. Living in Istanbul. So you're living in the same city as a lot of former West Ham players and a manager, because the connection with West Ham and Istanbul is quite great, especially in the last few years. Gökhan Töre played for Besiktas and joined West Ham United on loan. Who was his manager at Besiktas and then West Ham? Slaven Bilic. Gökhan Töre was the first Turk to play for West Ham, and Bilic was at Besiktas before he came to West Ham United. Enner Valencia signed for Fenerbahce last year. He's currently playing in the Turkish Super League. Sofian Feghouli was West Ham's first ever Algerian. He played for West Ham for 1 season and then joined Galatasaray. He's won 2 league titles with Galatasaray. And also there's Demba Ba, who plays for Istanbul Başakşehir. Have I pronounced that correctly? Yeah, that's my best attempt at saying it. Phillip Island, Victoria, Australia. You can take a day trip from Melbourne to this island. It's a population of over 7,000 people. It's known for Summerlin Beach. It's got seal rocks and penguins and a lot of wildlife on there. Very nice little spot from what I've read. Buffalo, New York, USA. Oh, best wings ever. Buffalo wings are the best in the world. They're just so juicy and so moist and so thick in meat. Buffalo, you have the best wings in the world. You're lucky, Justin, for living in that city. And West Ham do have a connection to Buffalo. There's a former player called Yilmaz Orkan who played for West Ham United and then joined the Buffalo Stallions indoor team. The Buffalo Hammers are located on Franklin Street, and that's where you can see the games. Living in Malta. West Ham played a team from Malta in the 2015-16 Europa League qualifiers. If I do remember correctly, Slaven Bilic was introduced as West Ham manager in the first leg of the game at the Bowling Ground. It's also the country where Michael Mifsud's come from. It's where he was born, and he played in the Championship in England for many years. He played for Coventry City, I believe. And if you want to visit Malta and want to watch a West Ham game, the place to go is St Julian's. Wainuiomata, New Zealand. This is a small town on the outskirts of Wellington. Wellington is home to the only professional football team in New Zealand, the Wellington Phoenix, who beat West Ham 2-1 in the 2014 pre-season friendly. New Zealand is also the home country of defender Winston Reid, who was the first Kiwi to play for West Ham, and the second longest serving player currently at the club after Mark Noble. Lawrence, Kansas. This is a big college town in the state of Kansas. It has the University of Kansas's sports teams. It's also got a population of about 96,000 people. Brisbane, Australia. Brisbane Hammers are located at the Blackbird Bar and Grill, which is close to the Museum of Brisbane. They have about 400 members, and it's quite a popular place to go to in the city. It's opposite Kangaroo Point. Brisbane is red hot in the summer, from what I've heard, but it's another place that I never got to go to when I was in Australia. But knowing that there are so many West Ham fan bases in Australia is kind of like a home comfort. Barossa Valley, South Australia. Originally lived in Barking, Dagenham, Raynham and South Woodham Ferrers, Essex. I went to the Barossa Valley when I was in Australia. Very famous wine region, known for its stunning scenery, long fields, wine tasting venues, restaurants and rural living. We stayed in the town of Lyndoch. We went on the 23rd, I think, and came back to Adelaide on the 25th on Christmas Day. Spent a few days travelling around, tasting the wine, seeing the views, and embracing the country. Yeah, really lovely place. I live in Durban, South Africa. Been a Hammers fan since 1964. So 57 years you've supported West Ham. That is a very long time. You've seen a lot of things in that time. Living in Durban, I've never been to South Africa myself, although I have a few friends from there. My grandparents have been to South Africa, my mum's been to South Africa, I haven't been there yet though. I grew up about 2 miles from Upton Park, now I live about 6,500 miles away in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and I still have a season ticket. Kuala Lumpur is one of the fastest growing cities in Asia and Malaysian's capital. It's known for having the Twin Towers, the KL Tower. It's known for other places such as Merdeka Square, the Batum Caves, and loads of different temples and golden Buddha statues. Known for being a very big business and commercial hub in Southeast Asia. There are West Ham fan base in Kuala Lumpur. Actually, there are a few, but the one in Kuala Lumpur that I want to talk about is the one in the Sri Petaling area of the city. If you follow West Ham Malaysia on Facebook, they have 500 plus followers and they are quite popular. West Ham's quite a popular team in Malaysia. Cork Island, the birthplace of a lot of West Ham players in the 40s, 50s and 60s. Definitely was. I've picked out 3 names that played for West Ham that were born in Cork Island, and those were Tommy Moroney, Jackie Morley and Franco Farrell. Franco Farrell is the oldest living former Hammer today. And he was a big name at the club in this era. Well, all 3 were, but Franco Farrell was the name that stood out the most. West Ham played Cork in 2013 and beat them 6-2. There is a West Ham fan base located in Cork that's been going around since 1994. Philadelphia, formerly Bow E3. Bow E3 reminds me of a Wiley song when you say that, an old school banger. Philadelphia, everyone knows it, where Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was born and raised, and on the playground he spent most of his days. It's also known for the cheesesteaks, Rocky, and the Super Bowl winning team, the Philadelphia Eagles, and the place where Allen Iverson made home for a few years as a playing for the Philadelphia 76ers. But let's talk about West Ham in Philadelphia. Miss West Ham Philly messaged me on Instagram, and she's from Philadelphia. There is a West Ham Philadelphia fan club. It's located on 236 Market Street, and it's near Independence Hall. I may have to take a visit to the city of brotherly love to get some West Ham love. And if you're watching this, West Ham Philadelphia, book me a table and get me a cheesesteak on deck, okay? I need to try one before I'm dead. So if you support West Ham United, where do you cheer from in the world? Do you have to get up early in the morning? Do you have to wait until late at night? Are you having to leave work early just to get a West Ham game out of it? I've done that before in the past. I've skipped a college class before to watch West Ham. Or actually, no, I didn't skip it. I watched the game during the lesson because I was that committed. West Ham were playing Chelsea. Shh, don't tell my profs. Where are you cheering from is what I want to know. If you like the video, hit the like button and subscribe for more content. Opposition Uncovered for the Leeds game is coming up over the weekend. And tell me where you support West Ham from. Are you supporting at home or are you away? Take care and I'll see you all soon.